That sounds fantastic.
We're live, fellow crypto bros.
Oh,
Let's
how much
change the
Ethereum do you
world.
have in your portfolio?
I got all them apes.
All the apes.
I've been drawing so many apes. I got to be rich by now. I haven't
You
checked
hear
yet.
Will Wright is making some kind of game that has an NFT hook.
More like
What?
I mean, it seems too easy even for me.
Say it. Come on.
More like Will Wright.
I'm so glad we're starting 20 minutes late and we can't get started.
Can't even do it. Can't do it.
Bunghole in one. Will Wright. More like Will Wrong. Am I right?
More like we'll do anything for money.
More like willful destruction of the Earth's environment to make a quick buck, because apparently the Sims ain't simming like they used to sim.
Does he even get money from that anymore?
I don't know.
Does.
He's the original simp.
Wow. Yeah. All right then.
Well, I'll leave that for you to edit into a show, and I'll see you folks next week.
Gotta leave while we're on top.
Should have left about 20 years ago.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring it down.
Too late.
More like Will Wrong.
Cedar genuinely liked that one.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to be there, and then it was. It was good. All right.
Yes, indeed.
Hello and welcome to episode 833 of the Play On Podcast for Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me, as always, from Canada, is Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
It's going okay. How's it going with you?
Oh, just dandy.
Oh,
Just good. The cold weather's here now.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cold and rainy. I'm down with it.
Welcome to Seattle.
Nothing better.
That's right. It means I can stay inside, play video games. Whereas in
we
the
were kind of
summer, it's
forced
too
to stay
hot.
inside.
I can stay inside because it's too hot outside.
I mean, we couldn't breathe for the past couple weeks.
Well, that's also true. Last
So-
weekend there was that.
Yeah.
Where we had to keep the windows closed.
But now we had the rain.
Rain came through and washed away the smoke. And then the itsy bitsy spider.
Just like the famous song goes.
Yeah, you know it. I don't have to say it. Anyway, joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Smoke on the water. A fire in the sky.
Huh.
Smoke
Oh, there we go.
Water. There you go.
That makes it better.
There you go. How's it going?
Makes it so much better. Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Hey, Gregory.
Hi.
You weren't here last week
Mm-hmm.
due to the circumstances beyond our control.
Yes.
I don't forget why.
Did you happen to listen to our post show?
No.
Of course
Let's
not.
leave it at that.
I told you he wouldn't. We at the end of it,
It's for the
we
best.
didn't really make a bet, but I bet that you wouldn't.
Yeah, there was no gentleman's wager.
No.
I barely listen to podcasts I like.
That's see, now you know where I'm sitting.
There you go.
You know,
On a high chair, I assume.
it's a booster seat, and I'll thank you not to point it out.
It's called a geriatric booster. See?
It's a hemorrhoid pillow.
I was gonna say it's a combo,
and I just
booster hemorrhoid pillow.
enjoy the comfort it brings. Okay,
That's right.
you don't
Also
need
doubles
a
as a
prescription to
flotation
get
device.
one. Sometimes you just like the little extra cushion on your tailbone.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that.
That's that. That's it.
Well, I mean, what else do you want?
I don't want anything
What else do you want? We had Canada talk. We had hemorrhoid talk.
Well, we did.
Gamut of
Last
gaming
week's
podcast conversation.
after show quiz was all about Canada, and
I'm glad I wasn't here.
we did very poorly on it.
We did not
But it was
perform.
Really, 3 Americans did terrible on a Canadian trivia contest.
No, it was
It
only
was
two
just
Americans.
Oh,
It was-
really?
It was just the two of us getting all them questions wrong. Just the two of us.
Yeah.
CJ looks like he's having
and
some kind of seizure.
I always look like that. Anyway, we got a DM via Twitter that one of our listeners is celebrating a birthday today. So
Wait, are we
Jose
giving a-
Fernandez,
Who is
happy
this?
birthday? Happy birthday,
Who is this?
Jose Fernandez.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Hope it's a good one.
Happy
We
birthday.
get money for that?
No,
Is this like a cameo
this
situation?
is not a cameo.
Oh, for crying out!
I know, right? We really should do that. But happy birthday anyway.
I still hope you have a happy.
I'll send you the
birthday.
invoice. What?
I was just re-upping my birthday wishes.
Oh, okay.
I was
Okay.
wishing well.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should get to the video game news now that we've gotten all of the business we needed to take care of taken care of.
There you go.
All right. Nothing happened last week, pretty much. Let's talk about Netflix because they are considering launching cloud gaming services in the future.
They've had games for a while, right?
Yes, they do have games on mobile that you can
I've never
play
tried them, but
with your Netflix subscription. If you open up the Netflix app on mobile and scroll down or do a search for games, they appear.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there are some pretty good games on there.
Name one.
You know, the Downwell creator did a game called Poinpy
Okay.
on
I know
for
Downwell's fun.
Netflix. Yeah, so Poinpy.
Coin P.
Yeah,
Okay.
check that out.
Okay.
Then I downloaded one called Rival Pirates. You'll never guess why. That's a Netflix game.
What a sucker. What a sucker you are.
Sucker. It's true.
They're gonna do a reskin of Raid Shadow Legends, or is that what that game is called?
That is what it's called.
They're gonna-
Wow. I've been advertised to.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh.
Apparently.
Well,
They're
you
gonna-
don't
they're
pay
gonna-
for YouTube Premium?
What's that?
YouTube Premium? You're not a...
No, I do
Not
not
on
pay
that-
for YouTube Premium.
not on
No.
that.
yeah, I can't bring myself to pay for YouTube.
I had to. I think I mentioned it on the show back a couple years ago. They had a free trial, and I made the mistake of taking advantage of the free trial, and then I couldn't go back.
Ah,
When my free trial expired,
You know, I'll tell you.
it was hell. I couldn't. I couldn't
I'll tell
do
you,
it.
lately they've been laying on the ads like crazy. I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
you've noticed this, Phil, but I mean, I know they were always ads, but it's bad lately.
yes.
I know, like and as someone who uploads a video every now and then, I uploaded one of the Let's Play videos for Shining in the Darkness,
Mhm.
and it was an hour and a half long. And I swear, they're like, if you let them set the ad breaks for you,
Yeah.
it's every 5 minutes,
Oh wow.
Yo,
something like that. It's
whoa.
a very short amount of time.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's brutal.
This is why I
And
don't
you guys don't
subscribe to
really
your
watch.
channel.
You guys really don't watch Twitch very much, but they
No.
Yeah,
also
Twitch has gotten
are
bad too.
very bad
Oh really?
with ads.
Well, and
Yeah, if you are not a subscriber to that channel, you are watching a whole lot of ads,
ugh.
and usually the same ones over and over again.
Did I hear correctly that they're actually raising the price of YouTube Premium?
Yes, they are for some plans. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Just
Yeah.
as it seems like the amount of ads is going up. That's weird.
Yeah, imagine that.
Well, I mean, Netflix has been talking about running ads now too, right?
Well, there's a Netflix
really?
ad-supported tier coming in November.
Yep.
It launches very soon.
Oh, so it's just like Hulu does, right? Like cheaper, but you get ads.
Yes.
Okay.
And in
Until we find
Netflix's
out that
case,
the tier we're already at is going to be the ad-supported tier.
right.
That's what's
Yeah.
going to
In
happen.
Netflix's case, you don't actually get all the content that's on Netflix.
Oh, really?
God.
Because of various streaming rights issues, they signed the contract saying there wouldn't be ads on it.
Oh my.
So it's not even going to be all the content.
I would imagine you would get all the Netflix produced content.
I would
though, right?
imagine you would. Yeah.
I would
Right.
think. Except for the MCU stuff, because that's on Disney Plus now. Not that they've made that in a long time, but just saying.
Right.
Right.
I had to resubscribe to Paramount Plus
Okay.
this past week. We used to have it. I don't know if you've ever done, like, Amazon does this and Hulu does this and Apple TV does this too, where they have the channel for Paramount Plus and you pay, like, as part of your Apple TV subscription, you pay an extra fee and they just put Apple TV, or they put Paramount Plus stuff in your Apple TV feed.
Right.
You don't have to subscribe to the app separately or anything. So we had done that for a while. And then this past week, the new episode of Survivor just would not play that way. Even though we were subscribed to Paramount Plus, it just wouldn't play. It wanted us to pay $3 to play the episode. It's like, we're already subscribing, so no. So I had to cancel the Apple subscription, start a real Paramount Plus subscription, and then we watched it. Yeah.
Now's the perfect time to start watching Deep Space Nine.
There you go. And all the other Star Trek shows that are on there.
I mean, Deep Space Nine is the best Star Trek show, so.
Yeah, I will say we've been binging Family Ties.
Yeah, I'm the Family Ties.
It's surprisingly funny and still relevant. Like, some of the things that they are talking about politically are still things 40 years later. Go figure.
Reagan is still screwing up the country.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean,
what can you do?
Did you get to the Tom Hanks episodes yet?
Yes, we did.
Oh, very good.
The two-parter.
Where he's their drunken uncle?
No.
Isn't he their drunken uncle?
He's not the drunken uncle in at least the first time that he shows up.
Oh. He has an arc?
He might have an arc. I've only seen the two-parter in season 1.
Oh.
Where he has stolen money from his employer and is hiding out at Keaton's house.
Oh, is he just a crook? And not, I thought he was a crook. I thought he was a drunk too, but okay.
No, apparently not.
Okay.
That must be a different episode with another actor.
Or I don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm remembering the show I want to remember.
Maybe.
Drunken Tom Hanks stumbling around in the Keaton's kitchen.
Oh, right. Drunkle Tom.
What?
Drunkle Tom.
Uncle Tom.
What? I don't think Greg was paying attention to the
conversation
that we were having. All righty. That's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, Netflix cloud gaming services could happen. They sort of acknowledged that the whole Stadia thing and that cloud gaming isn't really a mainstream thing yet, and they sort of admitted that it would probably be introduced as a value add, not a separate thing. So that's good. All right, so Resident Evil and Silent Hill, you guys feel any particular way about those franchises that had big announcements last week?
I think that I'm really happy that Konami's doing it, because it feels like there's a bit of that they're kind of back right now, which is nice. Because I mean, between this and they announced the Suikoden 1 and 2 re-releases, and of course, the Turtles collection. I mean, it's done in collaboration with Digital Eclipse. So I like that they've got such a rich library. I like that they're in a mode right now where they're mining it a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially because for better or worse, they haven't seemed to do that a lot over the years. So it makes these even more exciting.
Well, of course, they're making up for lost time with Silent Hill by doing like 6 different things.
Right.
Not only a Silent Hill 2 remake, but like an interactive novel and a TV maybe thing, and all this other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, and then like the Silent Hill F as well.
Oh, you don't have to swear.
I didn't.
Jeez.
So yeah, no, it's exciting, and I know that it's a beloved series too. So the people are. I think it would be interesting. I understand why they're doing Silent Hill 2, and I think that's probably. I mean, I don't know, but I think a lot of people consider that the best one. So I understand why that's the one they're doing the remake of. But I would have loved to have seen like a full on next gen remake of the first Silent Hill, because just because it's on technology that's so ancient at this point that it would be a completely new experience, I think, at least from a visual standpoint. Whereas like Silent Hill 2, the remake looks like it's going to look really nice, but for what it's worth, Silent Hill 2 already looked really nice when it came out. Silent Hill 1 looked terrible, and especially nowadays. So, but either way, it's exciting. I'm glad they're doing it.
I didn't join in the chat.
Resident Evil, but
says Silent Hill 1 was already remade. Shattered Memories.
Okay, but how long ago was that?
That was on the Wii, right?
Yeah. So
okay,
I didn't realize that then. But still, it'd still be cool to see that game in like on a modern console.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, who knows? It may happen. And of course, Resident Evil 4 is being upgraded to current gen consoles by Capcom.
That's not surprising though, right? They've been doing remakes of everything.
They've been remaking Resident Evil 4 for years. Or at least putting it on every possible hardware that it can go on.
Won't they remake Code Veronica?
Yeah, there was some comment from the producer,
of?
right, that they have no plans to do that. Like, what happened with that?
Yeah.
Why don't they want to do that?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
We're obviously very excited about all of these.
Obviously.
I think the Silent Hill 2 is great.
Oh, no, it's going to be good.
I'm not, trying not to sound like I'm not interested. I am interested.
Yeah. What series do you want Capcom to remake next?
Capcom?
Yeah. And then we'll do Konami after this.
I want Mega Man Powered Up 2.
There you go. Done.
Oh, we need.
No, I mean that's great. That's exactly it. I'm glad that they keep re-releasing the old games because the old games were pretty damn near perfect. But it was really nice to see them reimagine it as well. Something as that and Mega Man X. Both of those reimagined things were really nice.
Get Mega Man Powered Up 2 and have the level creator in there again. Do a more fleshed out Mega Man maker.
Absolutely.
What about Konami? What's on your
I don't think
list?
they can do a Mega Man game.
Besides
just like
Tokimeki Memorial.
Tokimeki Memorial. I would love to. You know what would be really great?
Metal
Gear? Not Metal Gear Solid, because that was also redone on the GameCube already, although it was a little bit insane. I would love to see them put together a set of like the Hideo Kojima digital novels.
Oh yeah.
Including
I'll do Snatcher and Police Knots and
Snatcher SD.
You mean
that could be really
Sid of Snatcher,
which is a completely different game. So
is it really
Snatcher SD? Yeah, it's a role playing game.
Oh,
it's like a more traditional JRPG style game.
I did not realize that.
That I came really close to finishing a couple years ago and then lost the save file.
Oh,
yeah.
That could be very interesting.
The Gradius series would be another one that would be great to see them revisit.
Yeah,
bring back
got a
Boktai.
taste of that with Boktai. We got a taste of the Gradius thing with those reimagined. Like there was the Contra and Castlevania and Gradius. What were they called?
Rebirth
games on the Wii that are
bring those back
at this point. Oh yeah, nice.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing, right? Like, why not? Because you can't get them now. There's no way to buy them legitimately.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah. Make them for Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Absolutely.
love to
Well, I
see
mean,
those
hey, you know
ported.
what? Make them for everything. Not everything has to be on the Switch, CJ.
Why not?
Jesus.
All right.
Where's my Bayou Billy sequel?
That can stay where it is.
Where's my Adventures of Bayou Billy 2? I'm sorry, my Bayou Billy Part 2.
The game designer on that has been making pachinko games for years, and they'll finally like let him do. He's stuck with Konami on the off chance that Bayou Billy ever comes back.
This one's
finally.
for Phil. This one's for Phil.
Yeah.
Goemon collection.
See, I didn't even want to say it because
now it's real.
Cool.
Now it's in your
so
head.
obvious.
Well, no, it was. Don't think it wasn't in my head, because of course it was.
Now it's really in your head.
A Goemon collection is always in my head, and of course, when you say what's something Konami should revisit, yeah, of course I'm thinking Goemon, but
yeah,
I don't want to do that to myself. That's not going to happen
because there's the chance that they could do that and it would be bad.
And if they did it, it just wouldn't come here anyway.
Exactly.
Well, also true.
Yeah, there's no win state.
You never know, though. Wasn't Fangamer doing Goemon merchandise?
They
recently?
have.
Yeah,
they have indeed done Goemon.
I mean, for
merchandise.
years, Konami did Silent Hill merchandise, and now we're finally getting the fruits of that.
It's just a slow burn.
Are you promising me a Goemon
I
rebirth?
am not.
The question is,
promising.
will you still be alive when it comes out? Because you'll be at least in your 80s by the time they get a Goemon rebirth out there.
That's very sweet that you think I'm going to make it that long.
I'm saying I don't think you're going to make it that long. That's actually the opposite of what I was just saying.
Oh.
Well then, let's move on. Let's talk about Sony introducing a $200 DualSense to compete? Question mark with the.
You can really see the top of Phil's head from this angle.
Phil's really beating himself up about the Goemon stuff.
I got to make a lot of changes in my life.
Greg was just.
I think you already knew that.
What's that?
Kidding.
I think you already knew that.
Nah. Stay the course, baby.
DualSense Edge, $200 in January. You get your basic elite style controller for PlayStation.
I'm so cheap. I haven't even bought a second DualSense.
Well, see, you've been saving your dollars. Those sweet Canadian loonies for the
This
DualSense
is why we did so poorly in that quiz last week.
No, CJ's right. A Canadian dollar is called a loony.
I know, but
if only we had a question about that.
I can't go back and listen to that because I'm just be screaming at the speaker the whole time.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Dumbasses.
Do you know anything about the television show that Alicia Cuthbert and Ryan Gosling were on?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, look at that. Do you know how many provinces and territories are in your country?
Yeah.
How many?
10 provinces, 3 territories.
Shit.
Okay, but what's the total?
Together?
Yeah. That was 13? The question. What's the total?
Oh, is that what caught you off guard? Was that they wanted the total?
Yeah, you see, I'm not hearing an answer though, am I?
I just said 13.
Oh.
You got it right.
You want me to name them?
You're sitting in front of the internet though, so of course.
Well, I am sitting in front of the internet, but
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
So I imagine you're not spending your hard-earned Canadian loonie on
a $200 controller when I'm too cheap to buy one of the regular controllers.
Exactly.
That's $100 here anyway. No.
No.
Does it come in purple?
You don't want that back touch. You don't want the programmable back touch on the controller.
Unless that means something a lot different than what I think it does. Then no.
Controller. Okay, I see. Phil, you're not into it either, I assume.
Does it come in purple?
No.
Pass.
All right then.
I got a purple system. I got a purple DualSense or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I gotta have my matching set. Man.
Wait, you have 2 purple controllers?
No, I just have one.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to disrupt.
Did you
the
end up
flow.
buying the purple console shell, the fins as well?
I did.
You did?
I did. I posted pictures on my on what's that?
They look really
the
nice.
website.
Instagram,
That's the one. No, the Twitter, the Twitters.
TikTok. Oh, wait.
The Twitter talks.
Uh-huh.
Phil's TikTok account is only for not safe for work content.
Right.
He's not going to
You
put
guys
something
weren't
as
supposed to
mundane as a
know about
PlayStation
that.
5
I
on
thought
there.
that was his OnlyFans account.
Well, no, that's what leads to his OnlyFans. They're hot linking to his OnlyFans.
It's my
You
only
know
Phil's
anything
account.
about internet marketing?
the
First of all,
TikTok
I
is
have
just a tease for the OnlyFans.
I have my own OnlyFills site.
Only Phil's what?
Well, you got to pay to find out. That's how I make my money.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right. I guess we should get into what you've been playing now.
Hey. Hey.
Is that where we are?
Glad I didn't cancel my Bayonetta pre-order.
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna
we
do
didn't-
that.
We
You see
didn't
all
really
that?
talk about that this week or last week, but
That was a
thing.
bit of a thing, wasn't it? Yowzers.
I'm boycotting the game, but I wasn't planning on purchasing it anyway.
Yeah,
so.
me too. There you go.
Yeah.
Count me in. No. It's a terrible situation all around.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a mess. Let's talk about what we've been playing this
Oh,
week.
boy.
Why not? Right?
Okay.
I got a new device here.
Oh yeah. Here we
A
go with
Switch?
this.
It looks like a
New
Switch.
device.
Yeah.
It does
Steam
kind
Deck?
of. It looks like a Switch, doesn't it?
That's called, yeah.
No, it looks better than a Switch actually because it's not really flat on the back.
No, you're right. It's
Yeah.
got curves. Got a curvy back.
It's almost like it's meant to be held by human hands.
Correct. That's correct. Yeah, I got the Logitech G Cloud on
That's
Friday.
pronounced Cloud.
G Cloud.
There you
It's
go.
actually the creator says it's J-Cloud.
Oh, sorry.
G Cloud.
Because the G stands for graphics, so it's Cloud.
Exactly.
Right.
G
You
Cloud.
understand.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been using it since Friday to do remote play and some cloud gaming, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
It is exactly the device that I want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to
Uh,
convince? Us or you?
You know what? It was so funny when you tweeted that you got that.
Yeah.
Like I had a moment where it was like I was so shocked that you got it already because I'm so used to us pre-purchasing
Yeah.
crap a year out
Right.
that like, and I know this was just announced a while ago. Like, holy crap,
A couple
he already
weeks
got
ago.
that?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Like, clearly you didn't order it through limited run. Oh, no,
wow.
sorry.
Hey, my
Uh,
analog pocket might be here this year,
Or
maybe.
through analog,
Or a play date.
or any or Playdate, or any
Oh.
number of Seriously,
Yeah.
like that was my
Number of
first
things.
thought when I saw that tweet. Like my mind was just like, wait a minute, how did he get that so quickly?
New hardware is out weeks.
You can buy
within
stuff
weeks
and
of
get it right
announcement?
away.
Imagine
Apparently.
that.
How does that work?
No, I did end up pre-ordering it from Logitech, and there was a brief time when Logitech had a $50 off coupon on their website, and you could apply it to the G Cloud, which at the time of pre-order was $299. So I got it for $249,
Okay.
which is even nicer because now it's $349
Oh.
if you want to buy one. So it is an Android 11 based handheld. It actually feels like the Switch with the Binbok controllers that I got from
Mhm.
China a couple months ago. Feels very similar to that. Very nice ergonomics, very good build quality. The buttons are very cool. Like they have the normal select and start. If you press select and start together, it takes a screenshot like it would on an Android phone
Okay.
or like an iOS device. And then they have a special Logitech G button that you
Oh.
press that and it doubles as the PlayStation button or the Xbox button on those controllers when you're doing remote play or cloud, which is pretty nice.
I see.
Cool.
Comes pre-installed with all the cloud applications. And then I downloaded a couple of remote play applications
Hmm.
because the official Sony PlayStation remote play app does not support third-party controllers. It only supports the DualShock or the DualSense.
Well, I mean, the PC famously not known for having lots of controllers.
Right. Or handhelds like this.
Hmm.
Yeah. Not known for many controllers at all.
You're not
But
spoiled for choice or anything.
there is a third-party application for Android called PS Play that it's a $5 app, but does remote play from the PS5 with the attached controller, with any controller. So you can do that. And you can change the quality as well. So the official app, you can only stream in like 720p, 30 frames a second. The app that I got does 1080p and 60. So there you go.
That's like twice the speed of Gotham Knights.
Twice the P. You're right. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of games on via Steam Link, PlayStation Remote Play, and Xbox console streaming. I'm playing a lot of Ghostbusters, Spirits Unleashed. I'm playing a lot of Fortnite, and I'm playing Dragon Ball: The Breakers on Steam via this thing.
Mr. Coffee, Mr. Radar in the chat says, any bets on how long CJ will play on this? 6 months. I don't think you know CJ very well, sir.
That's
CJ
true.
has been very pro off-screen gaming for a long time.
It's
God,
true.
since the Wii U.
Yeah.
I finished so many
He's that
games on the
weirdo that
Wii
played
U.
on the Wii U controller.
Yeah.
I
So
played.
he will get use out of this thing.
You're right. I finished Pikmin 3. I finished a lot of games on the Wii U using just the gamepad, and it
So
was
good.
perfect. So I'll be playing with this thing for a long time, and it's perfect.
This
Screen's
cloud
great.
gaming has a silver lining.
It's good. Somebody get a whole Logitech.
I'm a
Got their new
professional
marketing
writer.
I see.
Mhm.
But a lot of reviews came out of the thing, like a lot of YouTube channels that specialize in retro game handhelds
Mhm.
reviewed this thing poorly because they're comparing it to devices that are built to play
The
ROMs and
Evercade.
emulators.
Mhm.
So, like,
That's fine. I mean, if that's what you're looking for in a handheld and this doesn't do that well, then great. It's not for you.
Sure, exactly. But complaining about things that basically I will never be dealing with. So this thing is perfect for my use case, which is remote play and cloud gaming at home, more or less. Because let's face it, I don't go anywhere usually.
Sure.
And yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I love it. So as I mentioned, I've been playing Ghostbusters Spirits with Unleashed. I almost said the Spirits Within. That was wrong. That would be wrong. That's that Final Fantasy movie.
That would be that's a crossover I want to see.
Ghostbusters cross Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is an asymmetrical multiplayer game, as I am wont to play all the time.
You just listed 3 games that you were playing on that device, 2 of which are essentially the same game.
I don't know if I would say that.
Just with different skins swapped out, right?
Skins, right.
Yeah.
But in Ghostbusters is Ilphonic's latest release. They, of course, did a lot on Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And Predator, Hunting Grounds, and Arcadegeddon as well. In this, you have 4 Ghostbusters and 1 ghost. And as the Ghostbuster team, you have to not only track down the ghost, but you have to find 3 rifts in the environment using the PKE meter and destroy those rifts. So if there are still rifts left, and you're catching the ghost can respawn at one of those rift locations. So you have to destroy those first and then catch the ghost. Meanwhile, as the ghost, Your job is to haunt different things, and there are civilians wandering around the various levels, and you have to scare them
Oh my gosh.
and get them to flee.
An asymmetric multiplayer game crossed with haunting starring Poltergeist. This is the
Yeah.
ultimate CJ
Exactly.
game.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, you have to terrify them so much that they flee the building, and then if you are able to survive until the building is completely haunted, then the ghost wins.
Mm.
Yeah. So I've been having a good old fashioned blast with this one. I played as the ghost a couple times, didn't survive. I got busted all the times that I played as the ghost. But as the ghost buster, no ghost has been able to get past me, and the other three people playing on the team, of course.
So what you're saying is the game is wildly imbalanced.
Perhaps,
Okay.
perhaps, but it's super fun. You can play it offline with bots as well, and there is a sort of loose story mode to it, so you don't have to play it online. But it is fun in a bun, as the kids say. I don't think any kids say that. But I've also been playing the Fortnites. I've heard a lot of kids saying phrases that I've repeated on the show just now. No. I've been playing Fortnite. I'm at like level 60 something now in this battle pass out of 100. And I think there's something like 7 or 8 weeks to go. So I'll definitely make it to 100 and unlock Spider-Gwen.
Oh, very
They
good.
very recently on Saturday introduced the Ash Williams skin, Ash from Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. And of course, I immediately bought it. 1,500 V-Bucks for Ash. Worth every penny. And the Nobi cabin is in the Fortnite map too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I know. It's crazy. But they're having a whole Halloween event going on right now, so it kind of plays into that. But anyway, having a huge amount of fun with that, and the G Cloud and Dragon Ball: The Breakers and Ghostbusters: Spirits Unleashed. They're all really, really good. Really good times.
Good.
Yeah. That's what I've been playing. So, Greg.
This week, of course, A Plague Tale Requiem came out, and it's on Game Pass, which is great. That's how I'm playing it. So, of course, Plague Tale Innocence, I think, was the original game that I forget how many years ago it came out, but anyway, whatever year it came out, it was on my top 5. So it takes place in France during the plague. But it sort of made it the whole point of the previous story was that it was sort of like a mystical thing, that the plague, like the rats that would bite, that had the burning bite and everything like that, and they made it more mystical. So Requiem takes place 6 months after the previous game. He's still playing as Amicia, who is the sister of Hugo, who has a kind of disease that he controls the rats somehow. Was the story in the previous game. And it's really great. I'm really enjoying it. Although, and Scoop Joey, who's in the chat, he tweeted about this earlier today, and I absolutely agree. I've been kind of saying this to anybody who I've been talking about the game to, is that the last game was like this too, where there's just sort of it feels like a AAA game, like it almost feels like something Naughty Dog would make. It's done by Asobo Studios, but it's clearly missing that sort of final layer of polish. Like there's a bit of Uncanny Valley happening, and like the animation transitions aren't always so smooth. And like I actually was, when I was playing yesterday, when I stopped playing, I soft locked the game. In a particular section where the game just really felt like it was struggling to get through, and like so you kind of I feel like to enjoy the game, you kind of have to let yourself look past that, because there is a really good game there and a really interesting story. And I think that's kind of what keeps me locked into it, is that I really like the story. I really like the main character, Amicia. I like the way that she's written, and that she's not she's not like super powerful, although she is pretty much a badass, but like not, it feels like it's not because she wants to be. She's constantly like, she doesn't like the situation she's in. She's scared a lot. There's actually one point in the game where she has a full-on panic attack in the middle of the game, which I thought was interesting. It was an interesting choice. I can't remember if they did something like that last time, but she's, you know, she has purpose, but she's not really happy with the situation that she's in. And I like that a lot. It makes for, I think, a really compelling character. It makes for a really compelling story. So, I mean, she is still has to kill a lot of people. But the idea of the game is definitely more about stealth and trying to get through areas. You know, you don't want confrontation because she's not as powerful as the enemies that are in the area. So it's much more about running and hiding, being in shadows.
Well, she's got that little thing that she's
got a
twirls
sling.
around and throws. She's got a sling.
That's
right.
only good against enemies that aren't armored.
Yeah.
Armored enemies, she's kind of screwed, right?
Yeah.
If you get into like a face-to-face confrontation, there's just as good a chance you're going to die than anything else. In fact, a better chance you'll die than you'll actually come out on top. So, so yeah, and then there's that plus the element from the previous game where, again, this takes place in France during the plague. And the rats are kind of just sort of this sort of creeping evil that's everywhere. You'll get into areas where it's just overrun with these things, and they're treated almost like fluid in the game, like, you know, they pour into areas and things like that, and they don't like light. So the whole thing is about, you know, all the puzzle solving in the game is about creating light or snuffing out candles and torches and things like that to sort of guide the rats as well, to help you or to hinder other characters. Like, you'll get into situations where there are a lot of guards walking around in areas where there are a lot of rats, and so, you know, if you're able to manage the light sources by using either using your sling or even throwable items to light torches or to snuff them out, and also to snuff out the torches that they have, then they'll be overrun by the rats, which is twofold in that, you know, it gets rid of an enemy that you might not have been able to handle otherwise. Plus, while they're concentrating on that character, it actually clears out the area you're in a little bit, and you can make forward momentum to try to get through to whatever the next area is. Yeah. So it's really, I'm really enjoying it a lot. It can be a little overwhelming.
What's a shame about this is that I feel like a lot of people just kind of ignored this game just because of
me too
the amount of games that came out last week.
Yeah,
kind of fighting for attention, especially the controversy over Gotham Knights just kind of overshadowed a lot of things.
Yeah, which is why I'm happy that it's on Game Pass. But I agree with you. It kind of, and I don't pay as close attention as I used to on game releases anyway, but it feels like it kind of came out of nowhere, even though we didn't know it was coming. But I agree. And it's, again, you have to kind of accept that you're playing what's, I feel weird calling it an indie game because it doesn't feel like an indie game, but it doesn't, it's sort of really, really reaching to be like that AAA sort of Sony, you know, third person action game. And in most ways it succeeds, but it just doesn't have, you can tell that the money wasn't there to just have that final once over, final polish, that sort of thing. So, you know,
well, the first one came out as we were all waiting for The Last of Us Part 2. And we're sort of in a drought of Naughty Dog stuff. So when the first one came out, we were like, oh my God, like it's great to play a game that's like that again, you know, because it's been a while. And then Last of Us Part 2 came out, and now Plague Tale Requiem comes out. We're like, oh yeah, you know, we kind of. But
I mean, especially where it's on Game Pass, if you have access to Game Pass, it's and somebody in the chat just mentioned this is what I was going to say. It's a good way to pass the time until God of War comes out.
That's also true.
It's about a 20-hour game, I understand. So,
Yeah.
and it is a very interesting story. And I will say, I like, after saying about not having that AAA sort of sheen on it, they did, just like they did in the previous game, they do a fantastic job of building the world you're in. It feels very authentic. And you can tell that just a lot of time and craft and love went into sort of the areas that you're traversing. And one of the things that they really tried to do this time, and I super appreciate this, is that they've moved it. I forget the province or the place that they were in last time. It was in France, but I can't remember where. But now they're in Provence. And so it's a lot more colorful. And it feels, in general, like it feels like the areas are a lot more varied than they were last time. I mean, you're in medieval France and you're in the countryside, so everything's kind of brown and dour, and like you would come over, you'd see some cool architecture and things like that. Like, I remember there was one area in the last game where it was like you were next to like this gigantic broken down aqueduct, right? And like you came over a hill and then there was just this whole field of rats. Like, it's a very memorable scene. But the areas where the rats were and that had been overrun by the plague didn't look all that much different than the areas you were traversing otherwise, except they were covered in bodies and rats. Now it's a much more diverse set of areas that you're traversing, which I really like a lot. So I'm really enjoying it overall. And again, great story. It feels like a labor of love by the staff. Again, it's set in medieval France. This is a French company. They've got a story that they wanted to tell, which I love, because you can tell that there's just I don't know, a whole level of honesty there, I think, that you don't always get. So yeah, overall it's really great so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm like sort of pushing to try to make sure I finish it before I go on vacation, because I want to get through it and not have to put it down for a week and then come back and try to remember what was going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, really good stuff. That's what I've been playing this week.
Is the original game on Game Pass?
It was for a long time. I think they took it off.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
Oh, really?
When I went to look it up, when I went to look this up, I didn't see it pop up on the screen.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Because I have not played the first one.
Haven't you? I thought you did for some reason.
I didn't.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
CJ did.
I played
You've
it.
been telling me to, but I've
Yeah.
never gotten around to it.
And it
If
was on
you-
Game Pass for like 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, if you do plan on trying Requiem, I do highly recommend, if you don't play the first game, go find a YouTube video that explains the story, because
Right.
it's a direct sequel.
Oh, okay.
Like, you're not gonna know what the hell they're talking about. They don't explain anything. It's
Gotcha.
all based on you knowing what happened last time.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Oh
shame
yeah, it
that
might
they
be on the
don't
PS
have.
Plus library.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. Maybe it's on PS Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad that it's not on Game Pass at the same time as the sequel, though.
Yes.
Agreed.
Helped. Alrighty, Phil.
Yeah?
What do you got for us?
Not much, I'll be honest. This is another week I've just been kind of kicking
Not playing
back and
anything.
just sort of relaxing and just playing little bits here and there. I was diving back into Return to Monkey Island, which I am still quite enjoying, but still can't adapt to that art style.
Yeah.
It's
It doesn't help that I mean, there have been a lot more Monkey Island games besides the first two, but the first two just had such a great look.
yeah, well, the third one was stunning. Curse of Monkey Island is a beautiful game.
So it's even more jarring to see this art style.
Yeah, but I mean, Escape from Monkey Island looked awful, and Tales.
But when you think that's kind of what I was getting at. When you think Monkey Island, without thinking too hard, like just the first images that pop into your head,
yeah,
Escape from Monkey Island is not one that you think of. You think of like the first few games.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll be honest. In my head, when I think Monkey Island, I go straight to Curse's character designs, even though the original creators did not work on that game.
Right.
Just that cartoony look fits so well with the world and fits so well with the characters. And it doesn't doesn't hurt that was the first game where Guybrush had oh gosh, what's his name? Dominic, whose name is escaping me. The fellow who voices Guybrush.
Dominic.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the game that introduced him as the character, so.
Yeah,
But I
there's
mean,
two.
it's still really good. I mean, the writing is great. It's funny. It's charming. You know, the puzzles are fun to solve and everything like that. Everything's great about it. But it just doesn't. It looks cheaper than it probably was. You know what I mean? Just that kind of puppety animation, and just it doesn't work. But everything aside from that is great. So
That's a
just-
shame.
it's one of those things. But you know, again, I played through Escape, which was uglier than this game and not as well written. So I can't complain too much.
Mhm.
But other than that, I picked up on the Switch this week. Wizorb was released on Switch, and Wizorb is an old game from the good folks at Tribute Games.
Ah,
And
yes.
it's an Arkanoid knockoff, you know, with a story to it and things like that. So it's just, you know, a very pretty pixel art Arkanoid adventure game, I guess, which is right up my alley. So, you know, I've played this game years ago. It was I forget what system it originally came out on, but it's several years old at this point. They just probably did a quickie port of it, so it's nice to have it on the Switch. Yeah, other than that, it's just more Picross, more Tycho, whatever. Just kind of waiting for more new stuff to come out. I did
Atari 50.
what's that?
Atari 50.
Yeah, boy, I am excited for Atari 50.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
I
finally
don't-
play Scrapyard Dog for the links.
I don't even want to play the stupid games. I just want to watch the videos.
Yeah.
But
Well, and the Genesis Mini 2 comes out
that's also true.
This week.
this
Yep.
week.
Hopefully we
two
get
of
ours
those on the
next
way.
week.
You got 2 on the way?
Well, I got the Japanese one.
Yeah, me too. I
Oh,
got the Mega Drive and the
Damn.
Genesis.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got the Genesis Mini 2.
Hey, speaking of links, though,
Yeah.
and making fun of analog earlier, I did get a pre-order in for the Analog Pocket, which I mean I have a pre-order in for the Analog Pocket from like a year ago, but the pre-orders for the 3-pack of the adapters just went live a couple days ago.
What does that
So
get you?
the tree, well, when the system first went up for sale, you could also buy an adapter that let you play Game Gear games on it, because of course the Analog Pocket is designed for Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Does it also play Advance? I can't even. It's been so long. I can't even remember.
I think so, but I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's been so long. But then there was an adapter for Game Gear games. But the new Trio gives you a TurboGrafx adapter, a Lynx adapter, and a Neo Geo Pocket adapter.
/color.
Yes.
Oh. Hmm.
Yes. So
That's awesome.
I am I'm very excited to theoretically be getting my Analog Pocket soon.
When is that supposed to happen?
Question mark. I believe they have said, and and again, it's been a year, maybe a little more since I pre-ordered the stupid thing, but
So you haven't had to pay for it yet, then?
is that how it works?
Touch.
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
think so.
Ooh,
No,
I'm gonna have
that's
to
not how it works.
put in some overtime on the OnlyFill site. But I was in the group that was supposed to be shipping at the end of this year. which I think maybe was Group B.
Okay.
But I also heard that like all the people who pre-ordered back during that original, was that even the original one? There might have been it's been so long. But apparently all the people who pre-ordered like a year ago are supposed to get theirs this year
Mhm.
before the end of the year, which is rapidly approaching. But the 3-pack of adapters, they just say coming 2023. So we'll see what that means.
No date specified.
2023.
Could be any time within those.
It could be
12
January 1st.
months.
And in fact, that's what I'm banking on.
Unlikely.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
But I'm very excited. Just to basically have a fake Turbo Express at that point. Which, come on.
Well, the
With a
analog
nice
pocket just
screen.
it looks nice. Looks
It does.
super nice. So
Yeah, I'm very excited about that thing. I have the little dock pre-ordered and all that stuff. So I'm very excited about the analog pocket. So yeah, hopefully that shows up soon. You know what else came out this week on the Switch? This is one of those things that's right up my alley, and I haven't bought it yet, and I will explain why. But there's a new Monster Rancher game.
all right.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about
I have
this? You
seen it. Yes.
It's the Ultraman Monster Rancher game, where all the monsters you raise are various enemy. What's that?
They're various Ultramen.
No, they're
kaiju.
Ultraman's enemies.
Yeah.
His giant kaiju adversaries. So that came out this week. But I have a physical copy because it came out here in the US as a digital only release.
Okay.
Which makes sense. They're not going to sell.
$50.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
And then it has DLC also.
Oh, does it really? Is it
yes.
actual DLC or is it just like a pre-order bonus kind of thing?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Whatever the case is, I ordered the physical copy.
Pack. It's $5. It is real DLC starter pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I ordered the Asia import the copy, which is in English. It's in full English. But I got that for like $50. So I just wanted to have a physical copy of it. So hopefully that shows up soon. But I did not double dip on that. So
I see. I was a big fan of Monster Rancher back in the PS1 days.
Right. It was a fun game.
Using your music CDs to create monsters was a ton of fun.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that whenever my physical copy shows up. So
you didn't because they did a remake of Monster Rancher that came out on the PC.
They did. I think that also came out on Switch.
It also came out on Switch. Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX.
Yes, which I have not picked up.
I didn't pick that one up either, but
and I'll be honest, I have not.
That's cool.
I have not looked too closely into any of these new Monster Rancher games, so I have no idea how they generate monsters at this point.
Right.
Because certainly you're not.
Me neither.
putting in DVDs or CDs or whatever.
Right.
So I have no idea.
Who even has CDs anymore?
Well, that's just it, right?
Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll scan all of the data you have saved. Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe they use Amiibo.
That'd be fun.
Oh man. But yeah, so I'll find out about that when this shows up. But
all right.
That's really it. Just a kind of nothing week for me.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that means it's time for tweets.
Greg is very excited. I can see the anticipation in his eyes.
That big wind up.
Yeah. Tweedly diddly dee, tweedly diddly dee, tweet, 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 tweet.
Alrighty. Well, Phil, I believe you'll be able to maybe answer this question, but probably not. It comes from
What?
Hacker Alias Shaggy Gooseneck, who says,
What?
"How long till we get Return to Monkey Island on PS5?"
10 days.
Is it really?
10 days from now.
You know that for a fact?
No,
You're
but this seems like something you would know, Phil, but probably not. There's
spreading
your
lies.
answer.
There you go.
10 days from now. Whenever it is
okay.
you're listening to this. Check back in 10 days.
That's right. Can the PS5 handle the graphical
Nope.
prowess?
Graphics are too
of
intense.
Return to Monkey
Too intense
Island?
for the PlayStation 5.
Does it have any ray tracing?
It has rage racing,
Oh, now
Which
you
makes it
got
Even better.
which makes it perfect for a Sony system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Ray Trace is
yes.
a good game.
Yes,
Oh,
it was.
I wish that series would come back.
Me too.
I
Yeah.
really do. I miss
I've not heard
series.
anything about
There's
Monkey Island.
There's an arcade perfect port we need. Ridge Racer.
Oh
Ridge
yeah.
Racer. Yeah.
Didn't the arcade Ridge Racer only have like a track?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Well, and the PlayStation game only has one track too, right? It's just various permutations of the same
Most
track.
Ridge Racer games for the first little while had like one track that you would have different extensions on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Although I think
Okay.
with when you get into like Ridge Racer 6, they started having multiple tracks.
Oh.
5 didn't have multiple tracks. It was just different
No,
sections.
5
of the
had
same track. You're
different
right.
sections of it was just put together by different sections of the same track.
Oh my.
Okay. Mm.
You know what? Now that I say that, I'm not sure that's true. I would have to go back and look at it.
There you
I
go.
think it was, but now I'm not so sure.
This is just like Phil remembering Tom Hanks as the drunk uncle
Drunkle Tom.
in Family Ties. When clearly that was not true. It's the Mandela effect. Or the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect?
Mandalorian effect.
What's the mandible effect, PJ?
Mandible effect. It's a video game by
Mandalorian.
BioWare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, CJ,
Yeah, huh?
you're talking a lot of smack,
But
What he
he
does.
does pop up in another
but I'm
episode.
looking at the
where he's
Family
drunk.
Ties wiki right now.
Uh-huh.
Episode 36, Season 2, Episode 14, entitled Say Uncle, first aired January 26, 1984.
Okay.
Uncle Ned, this is the plot. So,
Okay.
spoiler alert.
Hmm.
Uncle Ned, parenthetical, played by Tom Hanks,
Ooh.
shows up and Steven gets him an interview to work at WKS.
Oh.
It soon becomes
loved
clear,
that show.
however, that he has a drinking problem.
Drunkle Tom.
Parenthetical, which strains his relationship with everyone and causes Ned to blow the interview. Alex tries to remind Ned of his business prowess, only to be physically assaulted by Ned.
Whoa.
Steven angrily puts his foot down, and a bereaved Ned is finally convinced to get help.
So everybody's
Wow,
happy. in the
Family Ties getting
Real.
Getting real.
It's a
That's
very
that sounds
special
like a very
episode.
special episode, right? Exactly.
end. Oh my
Yep.
god. Tune in for a very special episode of Family Ties.
Yep.
Did you guys watch the it's a documentary on Hulu about the Dana Carvey show?
I don't have Hulu.
Damn it.
I did not. I have Hulu. I just did not watch
Although I
it.
want to say
should
I think
watch
I've watched a documentary about the Dana Carvey show.
It is so funny.
So it must have been on something else.
It's so funny. It's not really a joke, but like they
Yeah, there was nothing funny about the Dana Carvey show.
there was nothing funny about it. Although it had like Stephen Colbert
Yeah.
and Steve Carell were
Yeah.
on it. So it had a lot of funny people on it, but
I still remember
of
the
the-
waiters who were nauseated by food.
exactly that that is the most well-known
Because Stephen
sketch
Colbert
from
will
the show.
get guests to do that on his show every now and then.
Yeah. but there's a very special blossom type thing that happened to them.
Night on a very special episode of Blossom.
There was some like HIV scare on
Wait, this
Blossom
isn't
or
funny?
whatever. I know it's not funny, but you know how network television they do the coming up tonight
On a very
on
special
prime
episode
time
of
or whatever.
Blossom.
They
That's the joke I've been
went
making for the last
from
10 minutes.
Yeah.
they went from the promo for the Dana Carvey show thing, which at the time they were doing like crazy sponsorships. So it was like the Taco Bell Dana Carvey happy hour or something. To cut to very special Blossom, somebody might be dead.
Oh,
Type of thing. It was just like a tonal shift, like
you'll say whoa at tonight's Blossom
right on
when
there.
a beloved
So,
cast member dies.
yeah.
Sounds like Casey Kasem. That Casey Kasem outtake where he gets angry about coming out of a really upbeat dance number to talk about somebody's dead
Dead
dog.
dog.
Yes, that is such a great outtake.
Which is the thing. That is a thing in radio where you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to make sure that you're not having really sad news accompanied by like the latest dance hit.
Like we just
Exactly.
finished doing a cool song, man. Why am I talking about a dead dog?
Exactly.
So great.
It's called Too Funny to Fail: The Life and Death of the
I
Dana Carvey
did
Show.
watch that.
Oh, really?
And it is so hilarious. It's on Hulu.
Mm,
If you've not seen it, add it to your queue immediately. It is
okay.
absolutely hysterical, and it's not terribly long.
Do
Because
I
the
need
show is
to
only
have
on for
seen-
like a few episodes, so really,
Do I need to have seen Master of Disguise for this to make sense?
no.
Okay.
You have to have seen the prequel to Master of Disguise for it to make sense.
Well, there's a prequel.
No, I'm just kidding.
And what's that
Appren-
called?
Apprentice of Disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mhm. All right, so let's do this tweet. Yeah, we're light on tweets.
We
today,
don't
so
know when
we
Monkey
can take
Island is
these
coming out.
tangents.
Hopefully it does. I can't see why it wouldn't.
What do you mean?
Monkey Island. That's what the tweet was about.
Hopefully it comes out on PS5 soon.
That was
I'm
the
sure it
tweet.
will. Yeah, it's out on Switch now, though.
Yeah, I know.
Buy it on Switch
And PC.
and PC. Yeah,
Personal computer. It's on Steam.
yeah.
Is
All right,
it
Hacker Alias.
tech compatible?
Is it what? Oh, it's probably. I would imagine.
I don't know.
Got the
Anyway.
check mark.
I don't know.
Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Fork the Fool, who says, "What's your favorite pizza place and toppings to get on a pizza?"
There's a place nearby called Uncle Buck's. That's where we order from.
Yeah. Is it
Okay.
do they have the movie poster from Uncle Buck
No,
up
no,
in
we
the
do not.
restaurant? No?
No,
Does it have the likeness of John Candy on the
no,
pizza boxes? Receipts?
no,
Bags?
no.
Only on the
T-shirts?
receipts. This is the only.
I see.
His likeness is grilled into the dough, but then that's where they put the topping, so you never see it.
No,
Ooh.
actually, the likeness is of Mr. Pennybag from Monopoly. Monopoly. It's called Uncle Buck's, but it's actually a
Oh, I
copyright
get it.
infringement from the
I
Monopoly
get it.
man.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I
Good.
see.
Yeah.
Can we just erase this whole part of the show, or
No, we cannot.
I'll tell you, I like me a Donair pizza. I'm just saying,
What's a Donair
There you
pizza?
go.
it's a pizza with Donair sauce and Donair meat on it, and onions and tomatoes if you so desire. You haven't had a Donair, Phil? Listen. So
Yeah.
the last time we all got together, I came down to Seattle. The next time, you guys should come up to Halifax because Phil has not experienced the Donair. CJ has,
I have.
but Phil hasn't.
Yeah.
And I promise, Phil, we won't
good.
go anywhere where they make you eat it in the dark. So
No, you
That's-
shouldn't tell
you'll
him that.
know what you're putting in
Yeah.
your mouth.
Actually, wait. Tell him that we're not going to go eat it in the dark, and then we do.
Well, you just
That's
ruined
even
it.
better.
Well, now I'm just confused. So I don't know what's going on.
There you go.
Donair, Phil, a Donair is like a gyro.
Right.
Do we eat
It's like
gyros?
I know
spiced
that.
meat. Yeah,
Do
but
you
it's
eat gyro?
the meat doesn't taste. It's a different type of spiced meat, and the
I
sauce
see.
is much different.
I
It's very
see.
sweet sauce.
Okay.
Do you partake in the gyro, Phil?
You're talking about it like it's an illicit drug. Like we gotta have code words.
Do you 320?
I do.
That's
You know what?
eating-
Actually, I'm
That's eating
given.
euros.
I have a whole bunch of euros I'm going to hand out to kids on Halloween. Try and get them hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer the question, Phil.
Yeah, I
Yes,
answered.
I've had
you-
euros. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just asking
I've
because
had a euro.
there are foods that you do not eat.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you like your aerosol cheese, but
And
there aren't
only
any
that.
aerosol cheese restaurants in Halifax.
They don't put a lot of that on pizzas either, I assume. So,
I assume not.
I don't know.
I mean, Phil might, but
No, I wouldn't do
You have
that.
to pay
My
extra.
goodness.
I like a pepperoni pizza, like pepperoni and jalapeno, maybe.
Yeah.
Or if you do some pineapple on there. I'm a Hawaiian pizza kind of guy with pepperoni instead. Pepperoni and pineapple. There you go.
Yeah, I like pepperoni. I like sausage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not as much of a veggie on my pizza kind of
Yeah.
fellow. But I can't get into the Hawaiian stuff. I'm not going to besmirch anyone who does.
Well, it depends. There are places that
I love Hawaiian
you
pizza.
get the sort of mealy ham on there. It's not so good.
it doesn't sound good.
Mealy
Can
ham.
you put some extra mealy ham on there?
Yeah, extra
The
soggy.
ham's pretty mealy tonight, why don't you?
Yeah, that's because you paid for it.
Give me a hunk.
Mm-hmm.
A hunk of mealy ham.
A hanker for a hunk of
A
cheese.
hanker for a hunka. A slice of chunka.
Mealy
A wagon
ham.
wheel.
Ugh. After these messages, we'll be right back.
All right. I think that's a good place to stop. If we have to stop somewhere. Right there. Perfect.
Good times.
Is it?
Perfect. Yeah. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to your mealy hams.
Oh.
No,
Localized entirely in your kitchen.
That ham is so mealy.
at P1 Podcast on the Twitters.
Oh, so good.
Or you can, yikes,
Yeah,
go to
you
our
love
internet
it.
website, player1podcast.com. There you'll find no mealy ham. No.
If the ham is getting mealy, then the devil's getting feely.
But you will find
So gross.
episodes of Generation 16 as they happen.
Hopefully it'll be a Genesis Mini 2 episode sometime
Oh.
soon after it comes out. I hope.
One
Depends on how
coming
fast
soon?
it gets here from Japan.
There you go. Hopefully those planes, trains, and automobiles get you your Mega Drive / Genesis Mini 2 fast, so that
The
they got to go fast.
trains
As
and
the kids
automobiles
say.
might have trouble getting over here from Japan.
Maybe,
Not wrong.
maybe.
Unless it's one of those Wisconsin Dells ducks.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. You will also find show notes and links to all of the things that we talked about during this episode, and you will even find a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other Mealy Ham listeners.
Well, see, now you're just trying too hard. You can't just throw it in anywhere in the middle of a mealy ham sentence. Don't make a lick of sense.
There you go.
And speaking of licking,
What?
if you'd like to subscribe to the
me?
Player One podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.mealyham or
Is
by
that the
loading up
extra
your
tier that
favorite
you pay for?
podcast listening app. We're also on Stitcher Radio. You can like us on Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on what else are we on? I don't know. You can watch
Everything.
all sorts of places. My gosh. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Twitch.televisions. Just follow our Twitter account, which is at P1 podcast, to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 Pacific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Our boy CJ has been working long and hard to figure out ways to moisten up his ham, to make it a little less mealy
Nothing better than a steamed ham.
on his pizzas. Speaking of steamed hams, do you know they have like White Castle like pizza pocket things nowadays?
Sounds
really?
awful.
Yeah, like like those, like a little Totino's pizza bite or whatever they call those things. Imagine that, but with a ground up White Castle burger shoved inside it.
That sounds gross. Yeah,
So there you go. You got those nowadays.
I guess.
You know what though? If you do go to our Patreon and throw money at us, and we suggest you do, and not a lot, but we don't use it for illicit gains or for buying pizzas.
No.
Well, that's not a bad idea though. That's free pizza, man.
That's yeah.
We should do that. We should buy free pizzas. We use that money to pay for the podcast, of course. You know, the streaming, hosting, and all that nonsense, whatever it is. CJ handles all that stuff. But you know what we do, dudes and dudettes, is if you are a Patreon friend of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you gain access to a special bonus episode that we record right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't do on our regular show. Last week, CJ and I were humiliated, although I perhaps a bit less so, thanks to our lack of Canadian knowledge. But CJ, do we have a game for this week?
We do, Phil.
Tell me it's more USA centric.
Nope.
Oh. What is it?
No, it's guessing Game Pro reviews based on the pro tips.
Oh, it's a pro tip quiz.
It's a pro tip
pro tip.
quiz.
That was
That was a
we
good
did
one last time.
That was super fun. We're about to
Yeah.
do it again.
excellent. That was fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes.
Okay.
Me
So
too.
please join us for that, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward.
That's the one.
Seward, where you can help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Philip. And if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 variety,
Also mealy.
you get access to the Weekly Commute, which is a vlog where I talk about the different bits of content I'm working on, the how they're progressing, the research involved, as well as just going through and talking about. Lately, I've been talking about memories on my game collection. Today,
Oh.
I was talking about Donkey Kong Country, the original Donkey Kong Country on the Super
Oh.
Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you talk about good games sometime too?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
That's a
You just-
beloved game,
There you go.
Phil. It's beloved.
But more importantly,
Yeah.
the 2022 Extra Life Game Day is coming up.
Oh, yes.
In less than 2 weeks now.
Ooh.
November 5th, I will be playing a series of Disney games for 24 hours straight. And I would like you, yes, you listening right
Me?
now,
Me?
you guys too,
Actually, I already did.
Yes, if you could sponsor an hour of that stream, $50 is what I'm asking for sponsorship. There are 2 hours left to sponsor, and if you do so, you can choose a Disney game for me to play on that day. It can be a Disney game, as in, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, whatever. Or, of course, since Disney owns everything, it can be Star Wars, it can be Simpsons, it can be Marvel, whatever Disney owns.
Oh,
Could be Split
man.
Second.
There you
That was
go.
a Disney game.
Wow.
So yeah, I still need 2 hours sponsored, $50 for that sponsorship. However, if you cannot or do not want to sponsor an hour, or you don't have that much money to give, totally understand that. Any amount will help a lot. We're at $3,400 raised so far this year of our $10,000 goal. You can find the link to my Extra Life page in the show notes, or if you are listening on a device where you can't easily see that, it's as simple as going to sewart.ca. That will forward you right to my Extra Life page, SEWART.ca. Please consider giving. Like I said, it's in 2 weeks. We want to try to get to that $10,000 goal. We've been able to do it for like 5 or 6 years now. Let's do it again.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
Awesome.
I got you playing Quackshot.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good game.
That is
Yeah,
fantastic.
I should say, like, on that schedule so far, we've got like Quackshot, World of Illusion. We've got a Simpsons game, lots of Kingdom Hearts, Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, Lucky Dime Caper.
Oh, geez, that's the Game Gear one, right?
Yep, Mickey Mania, Home Alone for the Genesis,
Oh.
Mickey Speedway USA. There's a lot of good stuff on there, a lot of interesting stuff on there. There's still 2 hours left to claim, so please consider doing so.
Very cool.
Nice. Very cool. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. CJ,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Absolutely. Gregory,
Yo.
thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Of course. And a big old thank you. Yes, you are a wonderful, wonderful listener. Every single one of you. As always, please take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Do what you got to do to be safe. And we hope to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, goodbye.